Hello guys, today I'm going to be telling you about my OCs I've made over the years. Now I only have 3, but I do hope that this helps you understand certain things about my OCs, and also help you learn about some of them. Firstly, we have Asha Boy. This is one of my first OCs, actually probably one of my first OCs, that I modeled after myself. Now most people assume that I modeled this after Haminations, but I actually made this character before I even knew who Haminations was. So I do just want to clear that up. I did not model this after Haminations, even though they do look quite similar. I am blonde, and I love that, I like orange and blue, and I like the cartoon art style. I'm sorry if it looks very similar, but I cannot think of any other idea because that's the only way I can draw characters very well. This character was grown in a lab and experimented on by his scientist parents. Yes, I know, it may sound traumatic, but it actually was just mostly just shots and tests. Like, how do you feel? Like, yeah, that's basically just what it was. It wasn't really that traumatizing. Like, imagine getting shot and saying, I was traumatized. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It wasn't really that traumatizing. Anyways, since he was made in a lab, he was stuck there for a lot of his life until his parents died. And also, the Geneva Convention happened. I'm just kidding. Guys don't do anything illegal like that. That was the only time whenever he was let out. He was let out whenever he was, 10? He's now currently 14, I'd like to mention. He's still in middle school. This character was originally an OC for Fundamental Paper Education. Now, I wanted him to be drawn with invisible ink, but I really need to color him in, otherwise it would be very hard to see him. This would create a ton of issues with a ton of other characters. Because of this, well, I changed it. Scrapped the idea. So now here he is, colored like this. He's modeled after me, with a cartoon art style. Here he is, just like that. This is Asha's boy. This little creature is a TBH creature kind of version of Asha. Now, the thing is, they aren't the same being, but they are quite similar. But this one is the more intelligent of the two, but Asha is the more logically smart of the two. This really sucks for Asha's boy because that means that he can't really do much since he's so short and small. Really, they should have been reversed, but I thought that would be a funny combination, so I did it. This little guy was also made in a lab and was also made for Asha. Now, this one wasn't tested on, but he was Asha's companion whenever Asha was being tested on. This means that they have a very strong bond in general, and, well, they've been inseparable. But also, since, well, he's his pet, but the pet's smarter, that means that this guy has to help Asha with daily tasks, which, I'm not even joking whenever I say this, such as making pancakes for breakfast. But, no, I'm not talking about, the microwave kind. That's easy. This guy is also kind of historically smart, as my first drawing of him really involved him, thinking about World War II. Some guy said, oh, look at him, he's so cute, I wonder what he's thinking. And then I put in insert images of World War II in a thought bubble. But yeah, this guy knows a lot more than Asha does, and he can't really tell him anything about it. All I could do was just point at things and tell him yes or no. It's kind of like a yes or no question guy. It's funny. But this is Asha's boy. This is Jackson. He was also kind of an OC for Fundamental Paper Education. But as you can see, he wasn't really fully finished because his color scheme was kind of wonky, and he's probably one of the worst characters I made. I like his character design, yes, but the fact that, well, how would I make a background for this guy? How would I make a background story? Makes no sense. This guy just randomly turned into a wizard and then made himself a body, and boom, now he's a freaking TV head. That makes no sense. I never really figured out the logic of how those things work. And there aren't wizards in that universe, so yeah, no. Now, this guy was originally going to be a friend of Asha, but ended up kind of being a little bit scrapped as an idea. This didn't really work out well for him, though, because I do think he could have gone places. But just like, I like the design, but all of my characters need to have some sort of backstory, which doesn't really work well. And due to this fact, he was mostly just scrapped and left in my original sketchbook. But if anybody has any suggestions for this guy's backstory, please let me know. I would be very glad to see them. And maybe I'll have to collab something. I can't even speak. Maybe I'm gonna have to join some of them together to make a backstory. And if I do, I'm going to make a video about it, and I'm going to shout out anybody who has the ideas, and anybody who put in ideas for them. Such as, let's see, like, I feel like this isn't just for her or them to do, but Yola Animations. They are an animator, and they've been commenting on some of my videos. Let's say they came up with an idea. Well, I may use that. And because of that, I might tag them. And if more people do it, I'll tag them too. Anyways, if you come up with the backstory, please put it in the comments. Thank you very much. Also, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.